You know what's wild? Right now, as you're watching this, you're using skills your ancestors learned 5 million years ago. That thing you do when you check both ways before crossing the street? That's not modern caution. That's ancient survival programming. Let me show you something. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine you hear a twig snap behind you in a dark room. Feel that instant tension, that spike of alertness? Congratulations, you just experienced what kept your great-great-great-grandmother alive 5 million years ago on the African savanna. But here's the question nobody asks. What was a single day actually like back then? Not the sanitized museum version. The real, uncomfortable, terrifying truth of waking up when being alive was the exception, not the rule. I spent months researching this, talked to paleoanthropologists, read hundreds of papers, and what I found honestly changed how I see my own life. So let's do this properly. Let's live one complete day as your ancestor. 24 hours, no fast-forwarding through the boring parts, because a spoiler alert, there were no boring parts. It's 4:47 a.m. You're not asleep. Nobody sleeps well when leopards hunt at night. You've been in this acacia tree for 9 hours, wedged into a fork about 30 feet up. Your back is screaming, you've got bark splinters embedded in your thigh, and you desperately need to pee. But you don't move, because 40 minutes ago you heard something circling below, something big, something patient. The thing about our ancestors that blows my mind, they didn't have iPhone flashlights, no night vision. When the sun went down, they were basically blind. Imagine that level of vulnerability. You're sitting in complete darkness, listening to things that want to eat you, waiting for dawn. And this happened every single night of their lives. The sky starts changing around 5:30. It's not sunrise yet, just that weird pre-dawn gray where shapes start emerging from shadows. You can finally see the ground below. No leopard, at least not anymore. Here's where it gets interesting. You don't just climb down, you wait, you watch, you listen to the birds, because birds are your early warning system. If they're calm, predators probably aren't close. If they suddenly go quiet, that's bad news. The temperature is already 73 degrees. By noon, it'll hit 96. But right now, there's this brief window where the air is almost comfortable. And that's your cue to move. You start descending, testing every branch, because a broken ankle doesn't mean a hospital visit. It means death, slowly, painfully, while you're still conscious enough to understand what's happening. Cheerful thought for 6 a.m., right? Your group is scattered across maybe 6 different trees within shouting distance. Well, not shouting exactly, you guys don't have language like we do, but you've got calls, specific sounds that mean specific things. There's one for danger overhead for eagles, one for danger ground level for cats, one for danger in the grass for snakes. Your vocabulary is basically different flavors of oh crap. 15 individuals in your group. Last month, there were 18. 2 got taken by crocodiles. 1 just disappeared. Nobody knows what happened. That's the thing about this time period. People don't die of old age. They just stop showing up one day. First priority, water. Always water. Your body is already dehydrated from the night. You haven't had a drink in almost 14 hours. Your lips are cracked. Your tongue feels like leather. Modern humans can survive maybe 3 days without water. Your ancestors? They were tougher, but not by much. The nearest waterhole is half a mile away. In Manhattan, that's a 6-minute walk while checking Instagram. Here, It might take 2 hours and you might not make it. Here's why. The waterhole at dawn is basically a buffet for predators. Every animal needs water. Lions know this. Leopards know this. Those prehistoric hyenas with jaws that could crack femurs like breadsticks, they definitely know this. But you don't have a choice. Dehydration kills faster than hunger. So you go. The group leader is this scarred older male. He's maybe 30, which in 5 million years ago terms makes him ancient. Most individuals didn't see 25. He's got a messed up leg from a leopard attack years back, but he's smart, really smart. He doesn't head straight for water, too obvious, too dangerous. Instead, he leads the group in this wide arc through tall grass. It's longer, but you're harder to see, harder to ambush. And here's something fascinating I learned. The grass is covered in dew. Everyone drops down and starts licking it off the blades. I know it sounds gross, but you're getting maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of water this way. Not much, but it takes the edge off the desperation. Your brain is working overtime right now. You're processing about 1,000 pieces of information simultaneously. Wind direction, temperature, shadows, sounds, smells. That's not metaphorical. Researchers estimate early hominids used about 80% of their mental capacity just for threat assessment. We use like 10% to doom scroll Twitter. Around 7:15, someone spots something. A carcass, partially eaten wildebeest, maybe 3 days old. The predator is gone, but there's still marrow in the bones. Now pay attention to this next part because it's legitimately important. Your ancestor's brain did something incredible in that moment. It ran a cost-benefit analysis. Approaching that carcass meant risk, but bone marrow meant 3,000 calories, meant energy, meant survival. They didn't have spreadsheets or calculators, but they made that decision in about 2 seconds. And they made it correctly more often than not, because if they didn't, you wouldn't be here. 2 of you approach. The rest watch for danger. Your heart rate doubles. Adrenaline floods your system. You pick up rocks, volcanic stones, heavy enough to crack bone. This is technology, by the way. Tool use. Your ancestor is standing there in 5 million BCE using percussion flaking to access nutrients. That's insane when you think about it. 17 strikes to crack the femur. I'm not making that number up. Researchers have replicated this. It takes exactly that much force, that many attempts. Your hands are bleeding by the time it splits open. But then you see it. Golden, fatty marrow glistening in the early sun. You scoop it out with your fingers and eat it right there. The taste is intense, mineral rich. Your body recognizes it instantly as exactly what it needs. You take what you can carry and leave, because the sound of cracking bones travels, and you don't want to meet whatever shows up to investigate. By 8:45, you reach the waterhole, and honestly, describing this scene doesn't do it justice. Picture hundreds of animals crowded around shrinking muddy water, zebras, various antelope species, a family of elephants using their trunks to dig deeper holes, and everywhere, on every side, predators waiting. 3 male lions under an acacia tree, wild dogs panting in the heat, and in the water itself, just the eyes and nostrils of a crocodile, ancient and patient. Your group has a system. The strongest adults drink first, while others watch. Then the juveniles get their turn, fast. Maybe 30 seconds total before everyone scatters. You're in the second wave. You drop to your belly, face in the water, and you drink. Fast, desperate gulps. The water tastes like mud and minerals, and probably 100 different parasites that your immune system will spend the next week fighting. But you're alive, you're hydrated, and that's a win. The middle of the day between 11 and 4 is actually the safest time. When it hits 97 degrees, even predators seek shade. Your group finds this rocky overhang that's been used for generations. You can tell by the scattered bones, the smooth patches on rock from countless backs resting. This is when something crucial happens, something that separates your ancestors from every other primate species. They groom each other, not just for hygiene, for bonding, for politics, for survival. That individual who picks ticks off your back today, they might share food with you tomorrow, might warn you of danger, might stand between you and a predator. These aren't friendships in the modern sense. They are survival contracts enforced by touch and proximity. You also watch, learn. There's a juvenile trying to crack bones like you did this morning. She's terrible at it, clumsy, inefficient, but she's learning, and that's cultural transmission. Knowledge passing from one generation to the next without any written language or formal teaching. Just observation, imitation, practice. Around 4:30, when temperature drops to 89, the group splits up. 3 go looking for tubers. 2 hunt for eggs or small animals. You're going with 2 others to raid a beehive someone spotted yesterday. This is legitimately dangerous. African bees don't mess around, but honey is pure energy, and your body is running on fumes from this morning's marrow. You've prepared. Each person carries green branches. You'll use a smoke to calm the bees. This is an instinct. This is learned technology passed down through generations. It takes 8 minutes of friction to get an ember going. You add green branches, thick smoke billows up toward the hive 20 feet up the tree. You climb fast, reach into the hollow. Your hands plunge into warm, sticky honeycomb. Despite the stings, despite the pain, you're grinning, because the sweetness that explodes in your mouth is like nothing else. Your glucose-starved brain floods with energy. This is why you risked it. By 6:30, the sun is setting. The savanna transforms. Shadows lengthen. Temperature drops fast, from 84 to 71 in under an hour. And the predators wake up. You hear them. That low rumble that carries for miles. The group is already heading back to the sleeping trees, but someone is missing. One of the juveniles. You search, call out. Nothing. Then you hear it. A scream. Short. Cut off. Everyone freezes. You all know that sound. The leopard has taken someone. There's no rescue mission. Can't be. In the growing darkness, going after a leopard is suicide. The group reaches the trees, climbs. You find your uncomfortable spot in the acacia fork. As darkness falls at 7:30, you're left with your thoughts. The juvenile who died was someone you groomed this afternoon, maybe 8 years old. Learning, growing, gone. Research suggests fewer than 50% of children born in this era survived to reproductive age. Think about that. Coin flip odds of making it to adulthood. You made it through one day, one rotation of this planet. Tomorrow, if you wake up, you do it again. Same desperate search for water, same calculated risks, same ever-present threat of death. But here's what gets me, what actually keeps me up at night. You did survive. Your ancestor survived this exact day and thousands like it. Survived long enough to reproduce, to pass on genes, knowledge, innovations. Every person alive today descended from these survivors, from individuals who made correct decisions more often than wrong ones, who were fast enough, smart enough, cooperative enough to beat impossible odds. Your existence is mathematical proof of their success. That day 5 million years ago is written in your DNA. Your craving for sweets? That's honey memory. Your fear of the dark? Leopards. Your comfort in groups? Survival through cooperation. We are all children of that first day, and every day since.